Landmines and jellyfish. Welcome back to Knives, I guess, and your wizard is at a TGI Fridays. The waiter is trying to tell you you cannot order a bloomin' onion. A lady named Tammy is at the next table over. She is wearing a denim jacket and she chain smokes. What do? I cast Fireball! You rolled a 1. You absolutely cannot order a bloomin' onion, and Tammy is now sitting at your table with you. What do? I cast Fireball! You rolled another 1, and Tammy is now going home with you tonight. Ah, poo. But it's here! It's here! So, this is the Divo and Stassa 23 collaboration Fireball, and I have been waiting on this since June, like the beginning of June, right after Blade Show. So, when I go to Blade Show, one of the first things I do is run over to the Divo booth waving around money going, give me a prototype! And the last year was the Growler V2, and sadly I missed out on the production run of those because I was just a little bit too slow on getting the order in. Like, I went and checked, I was like, do I have the money? And I spent about half a day hemming and hawing trying to make a decision, and when I came back they were all gone. So this year I was prepared-ish. But, you know, I got this thing, I went and looked, I was like, these aren't on the website yet. Oh, this is a production of something that hasn't been released. So I got pumped. And if you don't know, you guys made this happen. You guys did this. Sit there and think about what you did. The guys in the live streams doing the super chats, the memberships, all that stuff, they agreed that I should get one of these for myself because, 1, look at it, and 2, and we'll get to that in just a second, but there is a second part to that, but we're going to take a look at what we're holding. And first things first, and most importantly, the pocket clip is tip up, which is the Lord's carry. We have got this titanium backstrap here. We have got the 80s camo carbon. We have got the black titanium pivot collar. We have got a thumb hole, so let's flick the hole. And we got about 3 inches of S90V steel. That's where the second part of that comes in, because now I owe you guys an S90V Cardboard Slayer live stream. I am so happy to do that, but I feel like I am going to suffer for a couple of reasons, and we'll get into that in just a second here. But thank you guys so much. You know, we are starting to get over the last couple of goals for the channel before we start buying stuff to look at and give away to you guys. But I can't thank y'all enough for this. This is fantastic. So, you know, like I said, I got the prototype, and let's look at the differences real quick. So, one of the first things to notice is, you know, we have got D2 instead of S90V on this. And of course, when you buy the prototypes, they are in D2, not S90V. We don't have the titanium backstrap. This might be titanium, I'm not 100% sure. I thought it might be a plastic backspacer or something like that, but I never really asked about that. Next time I'm going to ask for more details. But there's no texturing on this one. There's no checkerboarding. There's no speed holes on the back here. And the pivot collar, of course, is shaped a little bit differently. This is a raised pivot collar. This one is much flatter. So there are some minor differences here and there. And the pocket clips look like they are the same titanium pocket clip. But we do have a little plate under here, I guess, to stop the pocket clip from... Wait a second. Yeah, we had a little plastic plate under there to stop the pocket clip, I guess, from moving around and scratching anything under there, which is pretty cool. I have never seen that before. So, yeah. And those are pretty much the primary differences between these two knives. And I can't tell you, like, I'm so happy to have a prototype of this, too. Like, prototypes are my jam. I don't really have a grail knife per se. But prototypes, oh, I am all about some prototypes. But, yeah, so if you don't know, this knife is a collaboration between Stassa 23 and Kevin over at Divo. They worked out the design on this thing, they got it put together, and they got it into production. And I'll tell you what, because you guys wanted me to do this, and y'all specifically donated to make this happen for me, I could not miss the drop on this. And so I knew when the drop was, and I had the page already loaded up about 3 minutes before the drop happened, and all I did was refresh. The second it went live, I started just doing this to get in there, get everything ordered, and I had this thing ordered within the first 30 seconds. I'm glad I did that because I was talking to the much better half and was like, I might have 20 minutes at most. At most. I'm not even going to have time to drive to work and order it in the parking lot. Like, I have to get this right now before I leave the house. I am glad I did not delay on that because these things sold out instantly. There was a run of 300. I believe 30 of them were set up with a back strap for left-hand carry. If you notice, there are no screw holes on this side. They wanted to keep the look really clean and not have holes on the opposite side. So if you are a lefty, you are not out of luck. You can buy another back strap that is in left-hand carry. You can buy more pivot collars, or you could, I don't know if they're still up, and other materials like Timascus and stuff like that to make it look even cooler. I ran out of money the second I got this, so no bonus parts for me. I really can't complain about that. Again, this is a gift from you guys, and I cannot thank you enough. But, you know, this thing is fantastic. It feels great in the hand. It feels every bit as good as the prototype did. The weight is pretty much the same. Let me grab my scale real quick and see what I've got on that. Lord almighty. You know what? We'll just take advantage of this scale. Yeah. So I had my kitchen scale out that worked really well for this, and it is over on the other side of the room, and I'm not going to ruin the video getting up and going and looking at it. Oh, my Kershaw cards. Get back there. Get back there. This is going off the rails, guys. Oh, my God. So, we got 105 grams on this boy. And we got 103 on this one. So, I mean, from prototype to production, these things are real consistent. And it's like 2 grams lighter without the speed holes on the back. That's kind of interesting. But let us take a look at our factory edge. We get some copy paper, which, as we know, is the end-all be-all of the sharpness tests. We've got a nice, clean, good working factory edge. I do like that. I went right into the sharpening choil on that one. But yeah, really nice edge. So, of course, we're going to get the scale back out. And because, again, this was another gift from you guys for the channel to make the videos a little bit more informative. So, again, like, I can't thank y'all enough for the support y'all have been providing. This month, y'all actually got me over the hump for getting a Precision Adjust Professional for the channel, so we can sharpen on live streams a whole lot faster than we've been doing. And once we're through with that, we're going to start getting some cool stuff to look at and give away to you guys, start giving back, because it can't be all about me. It can't. Sooner or later, I got to start giving back, but this was our first 3 goals. Like, we got these 3 goals for the channel, and now we can start doing some cool stuff. But let's fire the boy up. 241. That is, again, a solid working edge. That is a new high-end cutlery edge. Of course, we do have a bit of a micro bevel here, and it's not super highly polished. These tend to be a little bit toothier edges, which do tend to cut material a lot better. You know, I happen to enjoy my highly polished edges. But I have learned some lessons about that, especially when you got to cut stuff like nylon rope and all that. A polished edge, it is about as useless as it gets. Let's tear this out. Let's get one more test cut on this. $173. So yeah, we are in there in the new high-end cutlery range. We've got a really good working edge on this thing. You know, and it's S90 V2. So there is always the chance that when I start doing this, that edge is going to take forever to break down, and it's going to take forever to sharpen back up. Again, this is like the highest end steel we have had on the channel so far, and I am looking forward to this, and Cardboard Slayer is going to be a lot of fun. We have got a deep hollow grind on this. We have got a quite deep hollow grind, and if you haven't seen the live streams, you should check them out. They're a lot of fun. It's some beautiful chaos, but those deep hollow grinds on Cardboard Slayer tend to act like a bit of a wedge, and they make it very, very hard to push through the cardboard. So this is definitely going to fight me on that, you know, and this is not a design flaw because I know these things do make better general day-to-day use cutters. I just happen to like my full flat grinds a bit more. They do what I like a lot. Well, they do things the way I like a lot more. You know, I like that flat grind. I like them ultra slicey. These hollow grinds, absolutely nothing wrong with them. It's a personal preference issue more than anything else. But I do have a theory. So let's cut the ring light off. Oh, can you see that? Let's get this up closer to the camera. This 80s camo carbon is quite blacklight reactive. Like, I've been wanting to see that, and I'm kind of surprised this doesn't wind up in the marketing on these things, because, like, that is very cool. And, of course, it's much brighter than the camera's willing to capture. The camera's got the UV filters and stuff like that on it, so it doesn't really like to show it. And, of course, I got a light on that I can't get up and go turn the switch off on, but yeah, this is awesome. This is exactly what I hoped for. This is exactly what I hoped for. You know, this is the first piece of 80s camo carbon I've had too, so I'm very delighted about that. I love the bright colors. I love how much of a contrast this is to everything else I own. You know, and as I buy some other stuff, I'm going to be looking for 80s camo carbon. The only issue is those knives tend to be a bit more expensive than I like to buy repeatedly right now. And, you know, the heart of this channel is finding cool stuff that's under 50, 60 bucks, stuff that's very affordable and, you know, awesome stuff that isn't that well known yet. Like, that's the heart of the channel. And so stuff like this is kind of an irregular appearance, but this is special to me. And like I said, I had the prototype and I just had to get one. And of course, the prototype, you got red and black camo right here, which is in something no one else is going to have because they didn't do this in a production run. You know, so I got a couple of cool things going on here, and I do feel like Divo deserves some support. The knives that I've handled from them, I absolutely love, and of course, this is no exception. I have carried this for a week. I've done my review cycle on it, so I'm going to carry this for a week and do my review cycle on it, but that's mostly just going to be showing it off. Like, hey, man, look at this. This is definitely one of the coolest knives in the collection. This is now one of the most highly valued knives to me personally in my collection. It was a gift from you guys, and just look at it. So this is our first look at the Divo Fireball. Of course, we're going to get a deeper dive into my first impressions of it before I carry it. We're going to get the video after we carry it, and we're going to get our live stream out of it. But yeah, this is just what I think about this thing right out of the box. So all that being said, thanks for looking at my crap. Thanks for buying me crap. Subscribers, you guys are awesome. Y'all keep coming in, and subscribers made this possible for me. So, thank you guys so much. If you haven't subscribed, please do. The live streams are a ton of fun. We're going to have giveaways coming up soon enough. We got a ton of videos. There's a ton of activities. Comments, I love some feedback. Let me know what you think about this thing. Were you able to get on the drop and get one for yourself? And all that being said, y'all have a nice day.